Hey everyone, this is Taz and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to make a very special soup in the Instant Pot. So it's going to be bone marrow soup. So this is one of my grandma's specialty dish and I've used her recipe for making this soup. So whenever we used to visit her, she used to make this soup and she used to make us drink this soup by saying it's really good for the bones, strengthening the bones and joints, and all the grandkids fell for that, and it's also really delicious and nutritious, so I used to enjoy this soup. This is the second time I'm making this soup. A couple of weeks ago, my husband broke two of his ribs from a fall, so he's in recovery mode right now. So I was reminded of my grandma's bone marrow soup, and so I made this for him. He really enjoyed it. So this is a very healthy and nutritious soup. It's packed with vitamins and minerals. It's also good for strengthening the muscles and tissues and bones. So the fat level in this soup is much higher, so I don't recommend having this soup on a regular basis. So once in a while it's good to have this soup. My grandma makes this soup with goat legs, so I couldn't get hold of goat legs, so I've used beef bone marrow. So you can use either goat legs or beef bone marrow. So I've used three huge bones. And I've also added some crushed ginger, garlic, cumin seeds, and whole peppercorns along with lots of shallots. So it's a very easy recipe. All you have to have is beef bone marrow or goat legs, and then you can make this in the Instant Pot. So I have pressure cooked in the Instant Pot for 25 minutes, and then you will get a very delicious and nutritious bone marrow soup. So let's get started and let's make this bone marrow soup in the Instant Pot. I have taken 3 beef bone marrows. So these are 3 huge bones and the marrow will be found inside the bones. So if you're using goat legs, you can use around 5 to 8 bone pieces. So I'm adding this to the stainless steel pot. So adding around 2 cups of chopped shallots. You can also use small onions. Next, adding crushed ginger and garlic, around 1.5 tablespoons. So I crushed it using a mortar and pestle. 1 teaspoon crushed whole cumin seeds. So all these ingredients I have crushed it using a mortar and pestle. 1 teaspoon crushed whole peppercorns. So this will give the heat to the soup. And whole peppercorns are very healthy. Adding 2 whole cardamoms, 2 whole cloves, and 1-inch slice whole cinnamon. Half teaspoon turmeric powder. So all these spices and ingredients are good for our health, so please add everything. 1/4 cup chopped fresh mint leaves. So now if you don't like mint leaves, you can skip it. And 1/4 cup chopped fresh cilantro. Season with 1 teaspoon salt. Next, let's add 4 cups water. Close the Instant Pot with the lid. So next, let's do pressure cooking. I'm going to select the soup broth setting and let's set the time to 25 minutes and the pressure should be at high. You can either select soup setting or pressure cook setting. So clicking start as I'm using Instant Pot Ultra model. Pressure cooking has completed, so I let the pressure release naturally for 10 minutes and now I'm doing a quick pressure release. Let's open the lid. So here is the beef bone marrow soup. So there is good amount of liquid. It's packed with nutrients and flavor, and the marrow inside the bone has cooked well too. I'm going to thicken the soup a bit, so selecting the saute setting at medium temperature. So if you don't want to thicken the soup, you don't have to do that. So since there's good amount of liquid, I'm going to thicken for 5 minutes. So the soup has come to a boil. So it's been 5 minutes. This is pretty good. So I'm going to turn off the Instant Pot. Remove the stainless steel pot from the main pot. I'm going to serve the soup into a bowl. So adding the broth to the soup bowl, and then I'm going to remove the marrow from the bone and top the soup with it. To remove the marrow out of the bone, using a tongue, I'm taking the bone out of the soup, and then using a knife, I'm gently pulling the marrow out of the bone. It will come out pretty easily. It's well cooked. And then let's top the soup with the marrow. So this is the star ingredient here. So don't forget to take the marrow out of the bone. So this is what is highly beneficial for our bones and joints, and very nutritious too. Since it's a huge bone, there's a good amount of marrow in it, and we can discard the bone. But if there's any meat that's attached to the bone, you can also use that. Any leftover soup can be refrigerated. So the next day when I took it out of the refrigerator, here is the fat layer that's solidified. The yellow thing is actually the fat layer. This soup has a lot of fat. So I'm going to remove the entire fat from the soup, and then I'm going to heat it up and enjoy it. But if you want to have the fat, you can use it, but I don't really need the fat, so I'm going to remove it. And it's pretty easy to remove it. Once you refrigerate it, it will solidify and you can just take it out. I have removed all the fat, so next I'm going to serve the broth into a bowl, and also remove the marrow from the bone and warm it up in the microwave and enjoy the soup. You can also heat the soup in the Instant Pot in saute setting, but I'm going to microwave it. Here is the healthy and nutritious bone marrow soup that's made in the Instant Pot. So I've used beef bone marrow. If you can get hold of goat legs, do use that. So this is a really good soup. It's packed with vitamins and minerals. So you can sip this soup if you are recovering from broken bones or if you have any fractures. So do give this recipe a try and let me know your feedback. So if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be back with more Instant Pot cooking videos. Until then, happy cooking, take care, and bye.